I just read that another professional Counter-Strike player is taking a step back from the professional scene, focusing on content, focusing on themselves, their family, their life, and this makes sense. There's a lot of players that this happens to where they feel like they don't have a work-life balance. They may feel overwhelmed, overly stressed, lots of travel. The demands of professional gaming is there, but the work-life balance is not really a check because that's what it is. And I think we're about to see a shift here. What's up, dreamers? Welcome to Drive. Today I want to talk about my thoughts on Counter-Strike. I'm gonna keep talking about this because now I'm starting to get back into the scene. I'm a competitive Counter-Strike player. I've been for many, many years. I plan to get back into the scene very shortly, and I'm gonna continue to make videos on why I want to do that, but also why I think I might have a slight advantage. I wouldn't say advantage, just it'll make more sense when I get to it. But this player, JL, right? Everybody probably knows who it is. Taking a step back, he said he enjoys making content. That's what he's going to do. Not inherently a bad decision, right? Like you're making a decision for yourself. You should always make decisions for yourself, right? Put yourself first, and then because he wants to spend more time with his family, he wants to learn new skills and all this other stuff. Says he feels like he missed out a little bit on some parts of life. Understandable when you're putting that many hours into something, obviously. A career, and then lots of travel. Like the demands are there, but there's also the aspect of work-life balance. There's also the aspect of balance in general. I don't know if it was him who said it, but somebody also recently, a professional Counter-Strike player, stated that they haven't felt physically and mentally as good recently because of the demands of Counter-Strike. And this to me is why I'm making all these videos, why I am going to work towards raising the bar of Counter-Strike players in general, because it doesn't matter what career path you're in, you should never get to the point where you feel like you are not physically or mentally like I wouldn't say at your best, but in a good spot. Like that's going to cause burnout. There's a lot of players where we see them mentally get fatigued and they drop out for a little bit, they get benched, whatever it may be. Some players never come back, but they still obviously like do content and whatever, some of them. But it doesn't matter what career path you're in, you should never let your job take that much out of you to the point where you're not enjoying, or you may not even be enjoying that job, but you're not enjoying or getting that fulfillment in life outside of the career. I mean, you have to focus on yourself. I'm going to say this time and time again. I 100% believe this to be true fact. Your number one asset in life is your health. It is. Because think about it. If you are not in the right mental space, you're likely not going to do very many things. You're not going to make the decision to go out with friends or family, to go out to events or whatever. You're not going to make the decisions you normally would in the right mindset. Okay? Mindset is very important. If you are sick, let's say you're sick to the point where you become hospitalized, I mean, what can you do? You can't really work if you're in the hospital, or if you're continuously sick and you need to call out of work or gaming, like, I don't know, like you're not really going to be able to perform well, right? Think about a time when you played a video game where you were sick. Did you compete at your best? Now think about if you were. The answer is no, you did not, and I know that for a fact, because you simply cannot do it. Your body and mind cannot keep up if it is sick, because it's working harder to keep your body in check. Now think about if you are sick continuously. Think about if you're fatigued, if your energy levels are low continuously, or if you're just mentally drained. Are you going to be able to play your best at all times? No, you're not. Are you going to be able to work your best regardless of the career path? No, you're not. Taking care of yourself is very, very important. It is very important. And I think we're going to see a shift. Now, if you made it this far into the video, here's where the shift comes into play. I'm going to say this and make it very short and sweet. I'll make a longer video if anybody wants it. You can request it. But my thought process on this is that there's a lot of younger kids, right? Because they have the time, they live with their parents. Like that's my prime was probably when I lived with my parents, right? Obviously, because I had a lot of time to be able to put into the game. without a family. That was when, you know, I didn't have a family at the time. I really was just working and playing Counter-Strike. That was it. Now I think we're going to see a shift, because here's where I said I think I have an advantage. And I'm not saying the word advantage. Take that with a grain of salt. This is the best word I can think of in this moment right now. I have a family, right? I have kids. I have 2 kids. I have a wife. We have a cat. Okay? Got a house to take care of. Got a job. I can still work. But this is where it's going to, I think, play a big role, is what I'm about to do to help change the scene of Counter-Strike, specifically North American Counter-Strike, is work towards improving the performance of gamers without, you know, jeopardizing any more time, but through natural health and wellness. But not only that, like actual work-life balance. So the quote-unquote advantage comes into play where, you know, I need to work it out with my wife to make sure that, like, there would be no conflicting schedules, but I'm going to push to become as good of a Counter-Strike player as I possibly can and make it as high as I can in the rankings, you know, be it competitive, whatever, while maintaining work-life balance and proving that it can be done regardless of age. Now, I haven't competed in just about 10 years, I think it is, so just put that in. I'm not even old, but put that in consideration. But I will have, which these pro players do, like the ones who have families and girlfriends and all this stuff, or boyfriends, whatever it is, like they obviously have the blessing of their significant other, and that's great. But sometimes it makes it difficult. I have the ability to I just lost my train of thought. But I think just because of the experience that I have, and now I have sitting on the outside and seeing what players are going through, and being able to work toward relating, but also figuring out how to perfect the work-life balance is paramount. Now let's think about athletes. Like, obviously there's a lot of travel and stuff. Athletes do the same thing. Like they obviously want work-life balance as well, and they put a lot of time into playing their sports, right, and practicing that. But there's definitely a work-life balance that there needs to be put into there, or else, you know, I mean, like, it's art, right? So, anyways, I'm not gonna drag this video any longer. That's just my thought on it. I think we're gonna see a shift, and the shift is gonna be where the age of players has very high potential of increasing, especially as people start to figure out the work-life balance. That's not exactly going to be my specialty. I'm going to enhance gamers' in-game performance through optimizing health and wellness, and through coaching, wellness coaching, and biohacking. So this road sucks, but if you need to look that up, look it up. I'm going to come up with a protocol, basically, that is, well, it's like a program to follow that is not going to be anything anybody has ever heard of, but it's not going to be in game. It's going to be out of game. What you do out of game very much impacts. Watch my videos. Very much impacts your gaming performance. I'm going to be making a program that can be followed that improves your vision, like the quickness of your response from your eyes to your hands, your hand-eye coordination, your response time, your reaction time, your ability to maintain steady energy levels, your ability to remain calm under almost any circumstance. Stuff that's probably talked about a little bit, but there's really no full-fledged, like, you know, guide to this, right? And it's also hard to follow by yourself. So having a coach is very much going to help out. I know firsthand. So anyways, this video is way longer than any of my other ones. I apologize. If you made it through here, I appreciate it. And you know, if you would like to be one of the first, if you made it in this video and you want to be one of the first, I'm going to give you a code word. We'll say lollipop. You find me on social media, you DM me, don't put it in the comments here, but you DM me and say, I'm interested in learning more about coaching and this high performance gaming coaching, and then you send the word lollipop. I will coach you for free. Okay? I'm probably only going to do that for about 5 people. So the first 5 people, I guarantee this is going to sit for a while. But those of you who have made it this far, I'm giving that opportunity for you for free. One-time offer. Anyways, if you like what you heard, have any questions, let me know in the comments. Love to get this conversation started. Hit that like button, helps out the channel. Hit the subscribe button for more content like this. And I hope to see you in the next video. Later, dreamers.